Hey guys, my name's Jake, and it is the third week of October, which means I have 8 more Inktober drawings coming your way in this video. This is the third part of a 4-part Inktober series, and if you haven't got a chance to check out the first 2 yet, I highly recommend it. Really, what are you doing starting on the third one anyway? You're gonna have no idea what's going on with the story. It's all gonna be lost. You're really gonna have no clue what's going on. To help that, here's a quick recap. Day 1 started with fish, did a cool skeleton fishing design. Alright, so if you saw the last 2 videos, you know we are halfway through Inktober, 16 days left, and in this video we're going to be tackling these 8 prompts. Pretty straightforward. By now you should know the drill, so let's get into it. So I just sat down to edit and realized that I am missing a day of footage. I don't know how it happened. I think probably in just shuffling some memory cards around, I happened to delete something that I shouldn't have. It's upsetting. It's day 16 Rocket, which was a really cool day, one that I was pretty happy with, but maybe it's for the best. I think this is a design that warrants looking at a little bit more closely. I was really happy with kind of the concept for this. I wanted to basically hide the solar system within the rocket as you kind of move up. So if you look at the bottom where the exhaust of the rocket is, it's the sun. And then as you move outward, you step through all the planets with Mercury, Venus, Earth radiating with a little "you are here" dot and an arrow to Mars. Then you have the asteroid belt, which is a row of bolts there. Jupiter with the eye and its moons, Saturn with its ring, Uranus, Neptune, and then of course Pluto out at the tip of the antenna. I think this is a really cool design. I'm really bummed that the progress video isn't there, but luckily the rest of the week is intact, so let's get back to our regularly scheduled programming. Day 17, Storm. So in thinking of something to do with this prompt, the image came to my head of that classic ship at sea getting tossed around in the waves as this giant storm was brewing above it. And then I got caught up with the ship in the bottle idea and figured it'd be really cool to kind of combine those 2 elements and basically pack the entire ship crashing against the waves and the lightning coming down all within a bottle. I think it turned out really cool. I'm super stoked with this design. Definitely one of my favorites of Inktober so far, and just really happy with how the whole thing turned out. Day 18, Trap. Now, I've been trying to avoid having to draw giant scenes through all of Inktober. I did it a little bit more last year, and last year actually one of the prompts was bait, which I basically set up a whole baited trap. So I didn't want to do that again. Went instead with a Venus flytrap inspired design where I turned the flytrap into a 3-headed Hydra creature and had this little fly ready to go to battle to defeat his arch nemesis. A lot of fun, and I think there were a good handful of people who went the Venus flytrap route, and I think kind of setting it up this way helps it stand out among it when everybody else is kind of thinking the same thing. Day 19, Dizzy. So this actually was an exact prompt from the 2019 list. I'm not sure what's going on there, but come on, Jake, you gotta be better than that. Anywho, it gave me the chance to come up with a better idea, and in thinking of what to do, I thought it'd be really fun to have some characters playing Dizzy Bat, and I'm embarrassed to say that it took me about 3 or 4 creatures before I realized that Dizzy Bat should be played by Dizzy Bats, and that's really where this whole idea came from. Super fun, super cute little idea, and turned out really cool.
Day 20, Coral. So this is just another one of those prompts that I wasn't super excited about. Basically just drew a little underwater scene from the view of a ship porthole, almost insinuating that the ship sunk. Maybe it's a submarine, who knows? Hopefully it's a submarine. Overall, I don't love how this thing turned out. I think I overworked it a little bit. Similar to the Outpost, I have a tendency to overwork and pack in detail when it would be a little better served to leave some white space. Just for legibility and contrast. But you live, you learn, and if you're gonna mess one up, might as well be a prompt that you're not super stoked about. So I'll take it. On to the next one. Day 21, sleep. Now, I have a natural tendency to try to find the joke within each one of these prompts, but some of my favorite drawings of this Inktober have been the more conceptual ones. I really enjoyed the Wisp drawing, the Hope drawing, and so I wanted to try to steer back that way a little bit with sleep. And so I put this composition together of this dude kind of falling asleep, but also falling away from sleep. He's falling out of bed and reaching up towards that comfort while getting pulled down into this pit of random objects and characters that are just these distractions that would hinder his sleep. Again, I think it's a cool composition, and I hit the effect that I was trying to get out of it, so I'm pretty happy with that. Day 22, Chef. Now, the obvious idea here was to take a character and throw him in a chef's hat and call it good. I was trying to think, like, what would they be cooking? What would they be making? I don't know. And then it hit me, I just have to pay homage to one of the greatest chefs of our generation. And the best way I could think to do that is to do Chef Gordon Ramsay as a ram, obviously. So put together this angry looking ram with a knife in hand to pay this lovely tribute to the master chef himself, Gordon Ramsay. Day 23, Rip. Now, once in Inktober, I allow myself to do a realism drawing. It's my comfort zone, it's easy. I get to just find a cool reference image and try to recreate it. And I hadn't used it up yet this year, so I figured why not? Rip will be the one that I want to do that with. Found this really cool reference image of this girl in ripped jeans posing with a skateboard, and just thought it'd be perfect for this prompt. It's always a fun challenge to try to accomplish realism purely with ink pens. You have to get that cross-hatching just right, and I'm just always impressed seeing all of the amazing artists who are doing realism with these prompts every day. It's so incredible, and to try to do it one day myself, you really just find out so quickly how talented some of these people are with ink pens. I try to do my best with accomplishing the right shading and values and getting all the hatching in the right direction so that it looks good, and I think it turned out pretty cool. And then as we put the final touches on this piece, let's go ahead and take a look at all of week 3's Inktober prompts side by side.
All right, and that will wrap up Inktober week 3. Super excited. This was definitely one of my favorite weeks in terms of the designs and drawings that I was able to turn out. All of them were a lot of fun and just really happy with the results. I do just want to take a sec to say that the channel experienced a good bit of growth over the last week. I know a lot of y'all came over here after watching the 10 Hun video, And I just want to say that I really appreciate it. It's really exciting to see the channel grow. I appreciate the support and super excited to see this channel continue to grow in the future. Really looking forward to wrapping up Inktober next week with the 4th installment in this series, and then moving on to some cool projects after that. Super excited, it's gonna be a lot of fun, but until then, I will see y'all next time.